All right, I'm back for Dust2S's ongoing coverage of ESL Challenger Atlanta. I'm here with Krimbo from Big, following them becoming the second team to lock in a playoff berth. Oh, hi, hello.
He's the GOAT.
He's the gold? He's the gold. And the team was gold today as they only dropped 9 rounds on their way to playoffs, taking on the Brazilian team Audic 13-2 and I believe M80 13-7. So to start with the M80 map, that was a pretty comprehensive win for you guys. How are you feeling coming out of that match?
Well, the M80 game? Yeah, I mean, it feels good, you know. If you win, you feel good. If you lose, you don't feel good, right? We actually prepared for Ancient, I must say. They banned Ancient in the end because they're also a great Ancient team. I mean, everyone knows the famous G2 games in the past, you know. They've always been shining on Ancient, but yeah, I mean, Dust 2 is a map we always take. I mean, we're big. We're not the Dust 2 team yet. We want to be, and we have been in the past. So yeah, feels good, especially against my friend and former teammate s1n. So yeah, also a small German rivalry. So yeah, feels good.
Today you came out on top of that rivalry, taking down s1n, and obviously Slack's also a prestigious German player. As someone who played a lot with s1n on Big and Big Academy, how does it feel to take down your old colleague and now rival?
I mean, when you think about it, like neutral, doesn't feel that good, of course, because he's my friend. But yeah, I've been loving how he developed. You know, I think things did really work out with us in Big. I wish it would have been different, but I think that was needed for him, like a kind of not a wake-up call, but like he can prove everyone wrong that he's got it in it. You know, he's a good captain, a good leader. You know, of course he's still young, and he can show the world what he can do, right? So. Yeah, I mean, in the end, I mostly care, of course, about us, and it doesn't matter who we face, you know. If we win, then it doesn't matter who we face.
You previously alluded to the fact that this map, this best of 1 versus M80 went to Dust 2, and I'm surprised to see it come through because I believe you guys have only played it like 6 times in the last 3 months with a 33% win rate. And you mentioned that you kind of want to have Dust 2 more in your back pocket. Is that part of your... One moment. Yeah, I think the Brazilians are beginning to play soon. So you mentioned having Dust 2 for this showdown versus M80. What changes are you guys kind of trying to do on a bigger level to your map pool? Just adding Dust 2, or what else is going on behind the scenes?
I mean, for Dust 2, we played the map more in general. As you said, we didn't play it so often in officials, and we just gotta get a better groove going on that map. I believe we have been always really good on CT, but we're a bit lacking on T side, and we definitely showed it today that we worked on it and it works. So yeah, that's it.
Looking at recent changes to the lineup, you recently brought in Regon from Guild Eagles, and it's been a while since he's been back in the German scene, but we talked to him yesterday and he says he's been enjoying the time with the big squad. What's it like been working with him, and what has, in your perspective, what has he brought to the lineup from his time outside of the German scene?
Yeah, I mean, like if I had to say one thing, it's definitely the hunger. Like in the end, of course, when you're a bit down, a few rounds went a bit wrong in the game. Like, of course, you have in mind that you want to win the game and stuff, but like our charisma wasn't showing that. We were like all sitting there in the table, but he's like a kind of a guy who's always pumped. Doesn't matter how he plays, doesn't matter what the score is. He's always pumped, and he always believes it. It's with his body language. And that's a thing. Like, if I have to say one thing, of course he's really skilled. His firepower is like unique, 100%. And yeah, that's definitely one of the things that we kind of were missing.
Before heading to Atlanta, you guys played an EPL where you had a top 12 finish. What are your thoughts coming out of EPL? Is that where you guys want to be at this time with this roster, or are you dissatisfied with your end result in Malta?
I'm dissatisfied with the result in Malta because, in my opinion, we are better than. Like, we have to beat a team like Mongols to be a real good playoffs team. Like, no offense, obviously, I think they're a good team, but if our ambitions are to always get to playoffs and also maybe make deeper runs, then we have to beat teams like this. And if we get farmed then in the end and by a Navi or something, it is how it is. But if we have to win against teams like this, that's definitely. So I would say a bit dissatisfied. But I mean, at least we did the playoffs. We beat Complexity, Fnatic, and teams like this, who are also around our level, maybe in the ranking even better. But yeah, that's definitely one of the things. We can beat them. We got it in us, but we just have to show it.
So now you guys have a bye into Sunday where you'll be playing the semifinals for Atlanta. It's been a couple years since Big have taken a significant international land trophy. What would it mean for you guys with this new roster with Regan coming into, with Kakafu coming in only recently, to be able to take home a trophy before the RMRs?
I think it would mean it would definitely mean a lot for us because you can get good results and beat good teams here and there, but in the end you have to lift trophies, right? And that's a tournament where we see ourselves as favorites, and we definitely also act like it, and definitely want to lift the trophy here, because in the end you are. No one cares if you got second most of the time or third, fourth, like who cares? You have to win trophies, and that's our ambition here.
So that is Krimbo looking to change the trajectory for Big heading into the back half of the year. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you on Championship Sunday.